Advice I'd give to a 19-year-old just starting out in wholesaling real estate. Guys, it's Rick Ginn here, and I get a lot of questions saying, listen, if you would go back at 19, like a lot of you are checking out wholesaling, like what would you do, or what would you do now, or what would you do differently? So I want to take this video and just summarize it, because I do have 20 years experience in this business. I'm 52, and I never thought this lifestyle would be possible. But I understand what's going on in today's market, because I actually do wholesaling and I run a 7-figure business. So this is the instructions that I actually gave to my son, Zachary, and I'm going to give it to you today. And hopefully these words will connect with the people that need to hear it most, because you, in my opinion, are in one of the greatest opportunities to get started in wholesaling. So I want you to hear me out, and I'm just going to kind of do it off like the top of my head. So number one, I tell you right now, get started. You can never get started soon enough. I've taught people in this business started as young as 14 and 15. My son got involved at 16 and 17. The key here is just get started, okay? You have to start it. Nobody else is going to start it for you. I can give you the information, everything, but you have to understand, in order to get to the other side, to get to your journey, you have to start it. And it's probably the biggest mistake, and I see this business, like I'll start it tomorrow, I'll start it the next day. It winds up like being a diet. Listen, if you have true interest in wholesaling real estate and it excites you and you want to accomplish financial freedom and get freedom of your time, there is no better business than wholesaling. In my opinion, it maximizes the amount of money you can make and minimizes your profit. And let's face it, if you're 19, you probably don't have a lot of money. So I want you to hear these words out. The second part of what I'm saying is, if you're worried about your age and your youth is like your biggest concern, I'm here to tell you, you have to look at it differently. And I never got this when I was young, because I didn't start wholesaling until like my mid-30s. So the sooner you start, the better. Your age is an asset. Let me repeat that. Your age is 100% an asset, because you have a longer time horizon, especially than me. And if you start now, you are going to be an expert within as little as 6 months to 2 years. It's not a lot of time. So the sooner you start, the better you're off. Your youth is an asset. And what you're going to lack in experience, you are simply going to make up in enthusiasm and just being a super likable person. Because I'd rather do business with someone who's eager to do business with me than some old, like, experienced person is just going to tell me how it is. You understand how to talk to people, you understand how to gauge them, and honestly, you're more excited to get their business. And I'm here to tell you, I didn't have a lot of experience when I started. Zach didn't have a lot of experience. A lot of you guys don't have experience. You need to look at your youth as an amazing asset, because you have more time to learn this business. So if you get started now, it's great. Don't worry about your age. You don't need to know every answer in wholesaling. I still don't know every answer, and I'm 52. I've been doing this 20 years. Okay? The key is I got started, I moved forward, and I got ahead. So the next thing I want you to understand, I'm talking from a kind of a 30,000 foot view, and then I'm going to go into like real detail on how to get started in this business. So if you know that, like, the data's there, you guys understand college doesn't guarantee you anything. Honestly, even like regular schooling, I went to college, I tried that proven route, I was told to get a good job. Dude, utter failure. Okay, we're not meant to be caged animals, sorry. Nobody wants to work 9 to 5. You want to have the ability to have unlimited income and have the freedom to do what you want when you want. Wholesaling gives you all that. You already know that in this video. So you have, if you know that 95% of the people walking on this earth, especially in the United States, are robots. I don't mean that meanly, it's just the truth. They walk around, they go to college, they get a good job, and they just work, okay? You are looking to do 5% different than what everybody else does. And you have to understand that. You know, you've already looked at the data. Most people who work in a job are miserable. 70% of the people have a 9 to 5 job, hate it. So if you have the ability not to join it and you're young, remember, when I got started, I had a mortgage. I had 2 small children. I had little Zachary, I had my daughter Leah, and honestly, I felt like it was a risk, but I got to the point where I felt it was a bigger risk by not taking that chance because I could always go back to my old lifestyle, okay? Everybody I was around was miserable. Everybody hated their job. My boss hated his job. Why do I want this misery in my life? So if you're 19, okay, I don't care if you're married, have a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you can start this process before you have these huge obligations like a mortgage and everything else, then you have more freedom now. Listen, if you're living with your parents, it's fine. Live with them as long as you can, as long as you're progressing and making money. Because I want to set it up where you can actually take care of your parents if you choose to do so. And wholesaling can do that for you. So the data's there. Like if you want to choose that path, wholesaling's not for you. There's no such thing as a safe, guaranteed paycheck. The idea is you want unlimited income and freedom of your time, okay? But if you already know you got to go through, 15, 16 years of schooling plus 4 years of college, that is a commitment. So most of you already through your traditional schooling, you can make a choice to go to college or not. You already know how I feel about that. It's not going to help you in wholesaling, not even in the slightest bit. Maybe a few contacts, but that's about it. And if you're going to go into debt for college, don't do it. It's the kiss of death. That model is so old and proven, and honestly, they're so far behind in college, there's no way they can help you out. Their marketing is for like huge billion-dollar corporations. It's not going to help you in wholesaling at all. Honestly, you're going to have to learn it every day and go through the journey. So if you're going to skip the 4 years of college, I need you to make a 2-year commitment to wholesaling. If you're going to make a 4 or 6 year commitment to college, why wouldn't you do it to wholesaling? You have to make the sacrifice now, because if you do, the opportunities will blow you away. So I want you to look at wholesaling as a 2-year commitment. You're going to have highs and lows, and it's a little bit, it feels awkward when you start. You're going to feel uncomfortable. That's fine. I want you to embrace it. You guys understand how this works, okay? You're going to have to choose your heart, okay? So if you think going to college, all that's going to give you a shortcut, maybe you can get a 6-figure job. I guarantee you're going to be miserable in just a few years. So make the sacrifice. If you want to do this business, learn everything you can. You're going to make a ton of mistakes, but in 2 years, you'll be the happiest version of yourself, and that's going to open up to you sort of like endless opportunities, tons of travel, take care of your parents, buy the things that you want to spend with your family. And that's what wholesaling's been able to do. But the first 2 years, I put in the work. Like all I did was meet with motivated sellers. Understand this. This business is not about who's the smartest. Actually, life's already proven. The smartest people I know, they work for people that they work for those who can consistently execute, okay? So being smart on an IQ test or an SAT test is regardless. I got one of the lowest SAT scores ever, but I make more money than the smartest friends of mine that I know. Why? Because I consistently execute. And if you understand the difference, so many of you guys are taught in school that smartness is going to equate to making money and have safety. It won't. I'm telling you. Good business owners, they know how to execute, and they consistently do it, and they go find the smartest people that go to college and they work for them, and then you get the ultimate benefit. So if you know that data going into it, please choose your heart, guys, okay? Either put in the time now and get the ultimate freedom of life. If you pick safety at a job at a 4-year college, I can't help you. Wholesaling is probably not going to be a good fit for you. It's just the truth. So the last high-level thing, let me get into the mechanics, is stop worrying what others think about you. If you already know you're going to do what 95% of people are never willing to do, like take a risk and actually live life to its fullest, why are you going to value their opinion? Stop asking others what they think, because it is destructive on you. I did this, guys. This was me. I kept asking. Nobody approved of me wholesaling. Everybody thought I was completely nuts. And now the foot's on the other shoe. Everybody comes to me and wants me to, like, how do you do this? How do you take care of them? I tell them all the exact same thing. Go over to freewholesaling.com. You got to take the same journey as a 19-year-old guy or gal that I'm talking to on this video is going to take. See, there is no shortcut. Everybody wants to get to that end of the journey, but nobody wants to go through the fight every day. You have to do it. That's your 2-year commitment. It's stop worrying what others think. Stop asking them. So here's a little tip with you. So One of the tips when you get started, you need to start building your network, okay? And your network is just about building relationships and finding like-minded people, finding people that can help you in real estate, make connections, real estate brokers, real estate agents, and man, that's just a small part of it, other wholesalers and other people that got really successful in real estate investing. One of the things that excited me when I was 33 is I talked to a gentleman at a RIA, and he just sat down and was the nicest guy to me and told me everything about real estate and what it's done for his life, and it just inspired me. And that led my journey to figure out wholesaling. Even though I didn't know how to do it, I was completely committed to doing it. So start building your network. So listen, here's the rule number one, and this is where I really didn't get it right, and I struggle with this, is watch what people do versus what they say, and it will let that be your determining factor if you're going to take advice from them, okay? Because most people talk and very few people do. So an example, if someone's gonna go on, like, they wanna lose weight and do that, there's certain people that announce it, they put it all over social media, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. No, you don't wanna be that person. Be the person that just does it and shows others and leads others on how to do it, and stop telling people what to do, okay? So when you're building your network, stop. You can hear what they say, but they have to back it up with their actions. And if they don't, it's bad advice, and don't take it. Number two, when building your network, I want you to understand that you have to vet people. Don't take advice from people if you don't want to be in their shoes and they haven't proven what they've done versus what they said. I took advice from some really bad people, and I listened to the words and I ignored their actions. And if I did it the other way around, it would have been a different story. I would have saved myself from a lot of pain. So understanding, only take advice from proven, vetted people that have done it, and do not skip this step. I'm telling you, I don't care what kind of car they drive. I don't care what their house looks like. It doesn't matter. The only thing, if someone impresses me, is someone who does a lot of real estate deals and someone's got a large bank account. And more importantly, I want to look at who their family is and how they associate. Remember, wholesaling is about not ignoring your family, stepping on relationships, and creating unhealthy habits. You can't give me enough money in the world if I'm unhealthy, I have horrible addictive behaviors, and my family doesn't talk to me. No, I want you to use wholesaling as a vehicle so you can spend more time with your family and get your health and your mental wellness even better. And if you want to do that, I welcome you to this journey. So start that with your network. It's so important. Even your network outside of real estate, it's like sound advice, because people love to brag. People's egos are ridiculous, and understanding when people speak from their ego, it's very self-serving, it's very selfish, and they have to be right. And once you identify how to do that, it's much easier. So the easiest way to filter someone's ego is listen to what they say, but watch what they do. And if they don't match up, understanding they're speaking egotistically and they're there just to make themselves feel better. You can't be a victim of it, because you can do it once, but the second time you have to be accountable on it. So moving forward, that's how you start building your network. It's all about relationships. Do what you're going to say and just go crazy, man. Talk to everybody associated with real estate. So how do you build your network? Go to the local RIAs, man. I love local RIAs because they're like-minded individuals, but you have to vet, because half the people there want to sell you something. The other half want to steal your deals. There are good people there, but unfortunately, there's a lot of bad ones, and you have to be able to filter through it. Remember, only take advice from proven, vetted people that you want to be in their shoes. And if you do that, you're fine, because then you're going to take advice from broke people. So many of you guys are waiting for someone's acceptance, and they're from people that are broke or not doing it. And unfortunately, here's the truth, guys. Family is the toughest. So here's a little key on family. They're your family. You can't change them. You didn't pick them. You just love them, and you move forward. Just stay out of the drama. Don't ever, ever let them give you business advice, okay? Unless they are currently wholesaling or flipping houses or living a lifestyle you want to live. And that's not only financially, it's mentally, well-being, and spiritually. If you don't want to be it, then you need to strive to get out of that environment. Remember, you always take care of family, but you don't have to take advice from them. And dude, I made this mistake hugely when I first started. So that being said, is you're fresh started. So here's the next rule: is going from 0 to 100 miles an hour. Remember, wholesaling is not a marathon. It's not a race, it's a marathon. 2-year commitment. I've already told you, you got to make that. I don't care if you're 19 or you're 90. You have to make that 2-year commitment. And the biggest thing you have to make up with your lack of experience is going to be quantity. So you have to talk to as many sellers as possible. So how do I do that, Rick? I'm on a limited budget. I'm 19, that's fine. So I've already told you how to start your network. So the first one to do is just get in your car and do driving for dollars. Go take a yellow notepad, okay, and fill it up with leads. You should be able to put 300 or 400 on there easily, guys, okay? Put them on there. You're going to skip trace that number and just going to reach out to people and see if they're interested in selling a property, okay? Guys, you have to do this on hundreds of them, if not thousands. And what you want to do is set a schedule and consistently do it. So if you're going to do driving for dollars 3 days a week, build it, guys. It is the fastest way to get a deal because you're cutting out the middleman. You don't have to buy a list. You don't have to wait for people to call me. You just go for it. You find properties that are beat up, overgrown grass, blue tarp roofs, boarded up windows. Just look for ugly houses. It's really not hard. The second way is just go get government lists. These are lists at your county and city level. They're going to be probates, pre-foreclosures, tax delinquencies, eviction lists, and water shutoffs and fire damage properties. So if you want to learn more how to do this, I go into great detail at freewholesaling.com. It's all there for you. So it's so important to get these lists because number one, they're free. Number two, some of them are challenging to get, but you're going to get them by overcoming the resistance with persistence, okay? These are free lists, man. Gurus don't want to tell you about this stuff because then they can't sell you anything. So get these lists, skip trace them, or you can do a technique we call reverse driving for dollars, where you just take a yellow sticky note, stick it on the door, and it says, listen, I got a quick question about your house. Call me with a phone number and put your name on there. So if it's John, whatever it is. And then, so if I had 40 pre-foreclosures, I stick 40 on the door. I'm just more efficient, and I'm more efficient with my time, and only the people that have interest are calling me back. So guys, government lists are keys. If you want to find out in detail all of them, how to pull them, how to do them, go over to freewholesaling.com. I go into like grave detail on how to do the whole thing. It's so important. So you're going to do the driving for dollars, you're going to get the government list, you're going to do the reverse driving for dollars, you're going to go to your local REITs, you're going to network with everyone. Guys, this is just a start. You're 19, you're excited. I want you, can you imagine if you started at 19, by the time you turn 50, you are going to own your city. And here's a cardinal rule, okay? I'm going to kind of wrap this up for you, is stick to wholesaling, okay? I tried everything. I tried fix and flip. That is almost winds up being speculating, because then you have to figure out how to work with contractors. The budgets always go over. It always, fixing up old houses is a challenge. The real money is always in the deal. So if you find a deal and you hunt, and I'm going to teach you how to hunt at freewholesaling.com, then you can sell these deals to fix and flippers. Let them sit there and spend 1 year, 18 months fixing them up. I did it, man. It's just not fun. And eventually, you don't control the outcome of the market. So if you're in a down spiraling market, when the prices drop, you have no control over it, okay? When you have termites, like in a building, you have to have it tenanted. There's so many things that can go wrong with fix and flip, and they take a ton of time. And remember, you got to go to work every morning. Wholesaling, you still have to show up for work, but once you put in that 2-year like hustle and grind, I'm telling you, man, it's easy. After your 2 years, I'm telling you, less than between 5 and 10 hours a week is all it takes to survive in this business. And think about this, the ultimate freedom. You can travel anywhere and do this. You guys want to travel and you're young, man, put in the time now. It's amazing, guys. You have to put in the time. You have to get the quantity. And the sooner you do it, the better. I waited till I was almost 34 to get started in this business. As I said, I don't care what your age is. I just want you to go out there and get deals. So listen, once you get going in wholesaling, I want you to do this. You're going to be a minimalist, okay? I want you to live on less than 30% of your income. You go, well, Rick, if I only make 50 grand, 30% is like 15 grand. That's right, you need to make more money. We're going to fix your income problem, not so much your expense, but I don't want you buying stupid stuff like I did, okay? So you're going to take that money, you can buy other rentals, you can invest in real estate, you can buy other assets, like it's endless. I'm not here to teach you what to buy, but you have to grow your wealth, okay? Wholesaling is work, and once you take that work and turn it into passive income, really in a couple of years, you never have to work again. Because if you're not spending a lot of money, you're not buying stupid toys, your wealth is growing and you're getting residual income every month, and eventually you get so much money, you have to travel, you have to buy boats, you have to do the stuff that's fun. But all the people that have ever made it in real estate have made that sacrifice, and you have to understand. Last thing is, you're going to have to exercise discipline, okay? And if you haven't done it before, you need to do it. You have to discipline and plan out your day. You have to schedule it. So I want you to get a Google Calendar. It's free, guys. And you need to plan your day out, because you know what? Here's what I find out. Those that are the most consistent in wholesaling win. So you need to plan all your marketing, your driving for dollars, the time you're going to reach out to sellers, to skip tracing, all your follow-ups, and you have to be consistent. You have to be so religious about it. You got to burn it in your DNA. It takes 2 to 3 months to really burn it in. By doing a schedule, it's going to force you to be accountable to yourself. Guys, if you want advice, if I had to go back in time as a 19-year-old, this is what I do. Make the sacrifices now. I love this business. If you guys really want to learn how to get started in this business, I've taken the money obstacle away, okay? Those who tell you you don't have skin in the game, you can't make it, they're just selling you a coaching program. Guys, I got 20 years experience plus in this business. I know what I'm talking about. I would have done anything to start back at 19. I just tried the old system. So if you're 19 now, you know the proven business model of going to college, getting a good job is not going to guarantee you success at all. Actually, you're going to wind up as the 70% of the people that are miserable. If you want to make a change and wholesaling rings to you and you love working with me and Zach, go over to freewholesaling.com. I'll teach you the business for free. Jump on one of our lives. We're on 6 days a week, and I want you to be successful. My goal is to create a legacy, to create as many successful wholesalers earning at least 100K or more. And guys, that's just the iceberg. There's so much more. So guys, if you like this video, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is Ginn, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.